When you become the best team in football, everyone wants a slice of your success. And there's been no more sought-after piece than coordinator Ben Johnson. Leading the best offense the league has seen since the 2013 Broncos, the Lions are out-scheming opponents at a rate not usually seen at the professional level. With an elite arsenal at his disposal, the well has proven deep for Johnson. But it ain't just trickery and talent. Detroit win the most important aspects of the game. One of the keys to winning football games is generating explosive plays, attacking the opponent in such a way as to generate big chunk pickups. Why does this correlate so well with winning? Well, the game's about points, and eventually you run out of field to play with, and straight into the end zone. Defenses, and especially modern NFL defenses, are so geared to stopping the explosive play that they can be hard to come by. But not for the Lions though, who have defenses seeing double. It takes just a slight motion here to go right through the heart of the Jags defense. Saint motions out the stack towards the boundary, and the ball is snapped with him at speed. And watch how this widens both the corner and the deep safety. The safety has to shade towards the speedsters, playing a half field in the cover 2. But the Lions aren't looking to attack the boundaries, but across the middle. Goff and the line run a play-action split zone to hold the underneath level, and Williams and Wright run deep crossers, turning this play into a track meet. He's got a clean pocket to throw, and nobody's going to win a foot race against this man. Obliterating the safety's angle, and a block from Brock gives us the beast mode celebration. Run any zone at your own risk, because as soon as he sees you dropping into these comfy shells, he's going to pull the dagger out on you. The dagger concept sees one player push back the third level with their speed, as a second player runs a dig into the intermediate gap. The Lions use more motion here to get Saint at speed again, meaning him and J-Mo are running fast at the secondary, pushing them way back. The threat of the run has the Vikings playing 6 across the front, easily sucked up by the play action. And look at the space for both Goff and St. Brown. It's thrown right at the cut point, and the Lions chunk it 20 yards downfield. Motion and shifts are integral to this offense, with them shifting the strength of the formation here. But what's even more impressive is the misdirection they sprinkle on top. Ben Johnson is willing to go where most coaches wouldn't dare. Nicknamed the Stumble Bum, this is his beloved leak play we've shown many times on the channel, with some added sauce. Tight end leak sees a team go heavy play action to fool the defense, with a tight end who's down blocking leaking out into a passing pattern. Backers use tight ends down blocking as indicators of the run, and this makes it difficult to recover when they leak out late. Instead of running a true play action, Goff and Gibby give an audition for the Academy Awards, faking the bad snap. They even all shout, "Fumble!" from the sideline, leaving the Bears ball watching, and the excellent Sam Laporta leaks out to run the wheel. He's wide open, and Goff's got no one within 5 yards on his release, throwing an easy up for the score. At the forefront of the lateral movement, Ben hasn't shied away from the game's most obvious exploit, the downfield lateral. Every football fan has discussed this topic at some point, and everyone knows it would break the game wide open. It's time to stop pretending professional athletes can't learn to rugby pass after a catch, and Ben Johnson agrees with me. Against the Niners, they come out in a 4-strong empty set, but quickly motion to 3x2. And with the Niners communicating, it looks like they're going to run some sort of match concept. That's good for the Lions, who are first going to run a slant flat, opening the easy pitch from Goff. And then it's Saint's turn, pitching it back to J-Mo on the drag route. And something I love about Ben Johnson is his detail in running these, because it's not just the routes, but the blocking. Look how Laporta has leaked behind the traffic to find the safety, and although he doesn't get much of them, all you gotta do is get in the way when the ball carrier runs a 4-2. It was the same against the Cardinals earlier in the season. Watch how Laporta's route not only clears space for the slant, but then makes sure to block the corner out the play, leading to 6 more points. When the downfield lateral finally does start to take hold in the NFL, it'll be interesting to see both how defenses react and if rules come in to limit its effectiveness. I have a bunch of these drawn up that I'll put up on Patreon, so go get subscribed so you can see those. Another thing that makes these plays so effective is that they get speedsters in space with the ball, and when you do that, it can make a defense look real goofy. J-Mo comes in full motion here to create a dirty bunch look, something we showed the Bills doing last week. And look how confused the Jags get. They try to distribute the routes amongst the motion, but with J-Mo going boundary fast and 2 receivers heading inside, there's nobody to guard the 4 going fast to the flat. You really don't want to leave Jahmyr Gibbs in that amount of space, and he turns on the boosters, flipping the field completely. But a touchdown is saved by a great tap tackle. And here, the Bears get caught by the same motion setting up a different play. Laporta exit motions from H-back to create a bunch, and the Bears back up not believing the fake play action. But the Lions double bluff him, immediately running a screen to the trip side, using their tremendous O-line in space with Gibbs' speed. It's an easy 10, and great vision and moves adds 15 more. That's Sonic. If the space, creativity, and explosive plays weren't enough for you in the passing game, well, this is actually a run-oriented team. Running behind the Motor City Maulers, this O-line is so good, it counts as a skill position player itself. If we're talking about creating space, it's harder to find a better blocked play this year. The duo concept is all around the league at the moment to combat modern run-fit ideas. And look at the space the Lions create with it. The Bears don't adjust correctly to the shift, leaving a bubble and huge hole for Gibbs to hit. And because everyone in the offense is willing to block, the safety's blocked out too by Saint, getting even more yards. Moving Raw to the split backs formation, they motion him out and fake the swing screen, running wide zone C lead. They leave the backside end unblocked, knowing Gibbs will beat him front side, allowing the right to climb to the will, and with Milano shooting the gap, the pull becomes more of a trap play. And look at the chasm Gibbs can run into. Their choice of run schemes laps the league in creativity, always looking to add wrinkles most defenses haven't seen. And here's a great way to get your best on their best. At first, it just appears to be a I lead week, but splits and the nifty fold block spring a run. Watch how the funky splits have the second level suspicious of the run, crashing hard to protect the widened B and C gaps, redirecting the run inside. But there's a problem coming, because the backside of the line has tricks too. The center and guard will down block, with Sewell fold blocking inside to the A gap, matching him up with Fred Warner. Dan Skipper lined up at tight end climbs and blocks out the wheel backer. And look at the huge cutback lane Gibbs can scamper through. And we've seen Johnson run multiple versions of this wide receiver carry, using his uniquely gifted players. Goff will fake the toss right before handing back to Raw on the counter action, having Sewell lead the way. The Packers play it narrow, and the ball can get to the edge, creating another first down. The Lions shift more than anybody in the league, and it really stresses your defensive players' run-fit knowledge. With the game spaced out more and motions preferred to shifts, these subtle backfield adjustments can open up lanes. The Vikings don't do enough to adjust, and then fit the run poorly too. And a player of Jahmyr's speed will punish that every single day. And the all-22 cameras weren't quite fast enough on the trigger here, but the Lions started in gun double stack with St. Brown in the backfield, before motioning to a 4-strong bunch formation. The Niners shift with it, but Goff immediately sees they shifted too far left, begging for the ball, ready to hand it off on a wide zone action. Gibbs gets to the sideline and turns on the Jets, making sure nobody is denying him 6. Explosive plays generate points and put stress on defenses, but they can't be the only thing your offense relies on. To be truly elite, you've got to excel on 3rd and 4th down, keeping drives alive and creating more opportunities for these explosions to take place. On 3rd down against the Vikings, the Lions come out in a 4-strong trips, tucking Raw inside on the motion. The formation and movement gives away the clear man coverage, and Goff audibles to get Gibbs outside on a linebacker, having him run a drag. Blake Cashman has been excellent this year, particularly in pass coverage, and even his best efforts can't bring down Gibbs as he wiggles free to get the first down. More shift magic has the Jags coverage revealed, and again, he's gonna go to his trusty dagger concept. The back and tight end both flip, changing the strength of the formation, but this brings no change to the Jags defense on the long 3rd down, signaling zone to Goff. With 2 high safeties slightly staggered, Goff gets his eyes to the weak side safety, spots him rolling down, and immediately knows this is cover 3, attacking its weak spot with another good anticipation ball to find the dig on the dagger. Motion plays just as big a part of the offense as shifts. And here's the dirty bunch concept we spoke about last week. Gibbs short motions and fits through the bunch to run across it, and the Niners aren't sure who's got who, leaving Laporta all alone. He correctly sits in the space and makes himself available for Goff. And on this third down, with Sane Zylstra short motioning to release behind St. Brown, look how the corner drops off to sit in the deep third, and 6 backs up to play the flat in the cover 3. But what this really did was narrow the defense, allowing St. Brown to beat any defender to the sticks with the speed out. And Goff's got an easy catch and throw for the first. Formation can also do it too. Knowing the Vikings are likely to go to their all-out cover 0 look on 4th and medium, the Lions condense the formation and run crossers. The secondary are playing pass-off rules, and the split second it takes them to think about route distribution is attacked with the condensed splits, allowing Khalif Raymond free underneath for the catch and run for the first. And as I mentioned on Twitter a few weeks ago, more teams should be putting their wide receivers in the backfield. Here, Saint flanks Jared in the backfield, getting him matched up on a linebacker, and a quick snap and arrow route to the flat gets the short third. To excel in the NFL, your team can't just move the ball from 20 to 20 and then be settling for field goals. You've got to finish the drive and punch that ball in. As the field shrinks, defenders are aided by condensed conditions, with verticality much less of a threat. So this is really where you make your money as a coordinator, and the Lions are the best in the league. Ben Johnson is once again going to put his stud receiver in the backfield, and a quick snap again causes confusion. The Packers are on it late, and both go to raw in the flat, leaving the pick man wide open. They had the Niners all sorts of confused on this one too. They start with a tight bunch left and Gibbs offset, pushing the backers wider to deal with it, bringing J-Mo in motion to push the defense right again. However, on the snap, he'll hit a 180 and get the ball on the jet handoff, getting to the edge thanks to some exquisite blocking design. Both detached tight ends have the perfect angles to downblock their respective man. The left tackle will downblock the reduced end, and the left guard will pull to lead the way. The Niners safety call out to swap the coverage when J-Mo reverses, but that leaves the safety behind the play and needing to get outside the pulling guard, which just ain't happening, and Williams is high-stepping his way in. Again, a funky shift starts the play, and more great design leaves the defense bamboozled. Lined up in jumbo left, the outermost tight end starts to motion, appearing as if he's going to insert inside the blocking screen, causing the Bills' numbers count and responsibilities to shift. He is part of the blocking, running counter instead of insert, but this is fake too, as Dan Skipper leaks to the flat on the tackle-eligible play. The short motion at the beginning means nobody remembers to pick him up, and the blocking fools them into thinking this is definitely a run, and the big man's diving in for the score. Another jumbo left look again, this time from the gun, and the motion will go the opposite way this time. The man coverage is revealed to Goff, and spotting the Mike blitz, stays calm, patiently hitting Gibby on the Texas route, knowing he'll toast his man. And all those shifts create lanes in the run too. Here, overwhelming the Vikings at the point of attack as Gibbs scampers in for his third score of the day. Design is helpful, but sometimes superior talent takes over, and there's been several incidents of Lions backs just strolling into the end zone. With his offense winning in all areas of the game, it's no wonder Ben Johnson is the hottest name in coaching. The Lions are creative, but also controlled, equally as likely to slice you open with a lateral as they are to maul you through the A-gap. The playoffs are now here, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but the Detroit Lions are Super Bowl favorites. But hey, nothing matters if you can't perform in January.